I'm watching these deepfake AI photos. They're showing like uh Diddy drinking coffee, mugshots. I'm like, whoa, whoa. I mean, how far you think this is gonna go to where like now you're not even sitting on this couch no more, but it's your AI picture with your voice
That's already
saying some
happening
yeah, it's
on
already
YouTube.
happening, but it hasn't
No,
been
that's
used to weaponize.
already happening on YouTube with me.
Oh,
There's 40 new real Jags. And now they're using AI to get on panels to speak for me, programming their own Jaguar in their chats. I was just watching the news the other day. It scared me when I was able to spot a deep fake. That last interview with Biden, that wasn't real. Go back and look. About 15 seconds into Sam, my son, he taught me how to spot it. He's amazing. He found all of Tasha K's deep fakes on his stuff. But you can look and you'll see the pigment. It's quick, but the pixelation and the color, the pigment and the pixelation, it changes briefly in Joe Biden's face. Wow. And then he started glitching and speaking a little bit more. Our news is already AI. These newscasters ain't telling nobody that they're barely going to work because they're going in, they're getting scanned. And if there's a story that they don't want to have to consult with anyone and worry about an ethics, they just run the AI on it now.
Damn. Yeah. Damn. Okay.
Can you imagine if they were able to do that with Woodward and Bernstein during Watergate? We probably might have never found out about anything.
Facts. Oh man. Okay.
What I will say is, if Amber Rose can speak for the DNC,
yeah.
If you got Cardi B calling out vice presidents on their way to the top and saying, "That's what's up, mom, great role model." If you got people staging shootings for support, if you got people going to airports and slitting their wrists out of pure angst and have no idea why they did it, if you got people surrendering and being shot on, if you, what did I say? This is where we are. And I want to tell everybody, it's okay to be afraid. Just don't be scared. Don't be scared.
So let me ask you, we had a guy that was on this couch by the name of Vernon. He came out and said, like, he wanted to speak to the masses, use our platform to talk about getting essayed in prison, happened. Mm-hmm. And he was 21, he's 50 now, but he did feel like it was time to tell his story. Like, what are your thoughts when it comes to speaking your truth and living in your truth? And
He has to do it for all of the young men that are still being butt broken and
that's what he said.
In jail now.
That's what he said.
It's still happening in Louisiana.
Yeah, that's where it happened.
In Angola. Mm-hmm. Someone from Angola came and talked to you?
Yeah, we had 2 guys from Angola.
That's why I wanted to run, why I wanted to go into politics.
Yeah, it was. Yes,
to shut down Angola. There's still.
That's a plantation.
There's still. It's sad. 45% of the young men from the ages 30 down are raped as a disciplinary action by white guards. Still.
Damn. It's as barbaric, but the world doesn't hear about these things on a regular basis.
No. It's barbaric.
Oh yeah,
they're prisoners of the state, so they don't have the right to consent. Why are white guards still assaulting black prisoners? Yeah. How does you get hard for that?
That's the first goddamn question.
What kind of sick mother white fucking people? Scumbag, good old peck of wood,
That's the first problem. Ugh. So when I look at people telling their stories
Sex
of
as a
assault,
weapon is a very dangerous thing.
yeah, it's yeah,
It's a very dangerous thing.
mm.
I want that place closed. I want that place down. They get into Angola and they can almost guarantee within the first 15 days they're going to be by somebody. How do you make that make sense?
So when you say like you look at a white man doing that to a black man, I just seen some I believe they were Klans members protesting
Black
somewhere.
wife effect.
Even the black wife effect. I seen some white men calling some young boys, the hard, and call them little niggas. And I'm like, this is happening in America today.
Yeah.
Like I asked questions about being division in America, and it seems like it seems like we're almost going backwards from like
no, we're not
the
going
80s,
backwards.
90s.
We are in full retrograde. The second that they took away Roe versus Wade, they're going to come after interracial marriage next. They're going to come after a lot of things. They don't like us because they not like us. They wish they were. See, you keep diluting the greatness of a people, and what you'll have is a shadow of what it was ever meant to be. All of this gay agenda has to stop. To be homosexual is one thing. To be a gay person is fine. But to use it to manipulate and brainwash society for the purpose of population control or class control, caste system domination, that's not what, that shouldn't be.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be.
Isn't that just being inclusive? Like, hey, we're trying to include everybody into our agenda.
No, it's not being inclusive. What it is it's being covertly domineering.
Okay. It's funny because they say Disney has an agenda. And
what
you're
do you
like,
mean?
I mean, well,
haven't you ever heard me talk about Lady in the Tramp?
Right. I heard it, and you see it. Like they really show it. Like, as a matter of fact, is this movie having an agenda? No, add that agenda in there because we need to make sure. And I'm like, damn, it's so.
Like all these gay men singing all of these women, all of these love songs to women, even though they sucking as soon as they finish getting off stage. Like, just let him sing to his boyfriend. Let him write his song. That's the one thing that I loved about Sid from the internet. She didn't fake the funk. That album, Ego Death, Sid wrote her and she wrote it as a bisexual stud woman who is now a full-on lesbian stud and married, if I'm correct, in a relationship. And I said to myself, how dope is it that these stud women, they now have songs that were made for them. Yeah. You know what I mean? They don't have to replace girl with boy in the love song that they like because it was actually written for them. That makes Sid amazing. And yet they tanked the internet. They f***ed over her goddamn career because she didn't want to conform. And now apparently she's only good enough ghostwriting for Beyonce.
I mean, can you have a bunch of Frank Oceans out there? Can you have like where the world is?
There are a bunch of Frank Oceans out there.
You're right.
There are a bunch of Jaguar Wrights out there.
You're right.
There are a bunch of Proofs out there. There are a bunch of Nas's out there. Yeah.
Got to rise to the forefront. Let me ask you about Divorce in the Black. Tyler Perry's latest movie has been...
Worst movie ever.
Yeah, God.
Humiliation ritual.
Yeah, in the first 8 minutes, just what the... I mean, if anyone thought about us in some kind of way, that's to show that, to put that in...
Tyler Perry has been making Black people look like buffoons and idiots for years and pawning it off as culture. Oh, this is our culture. This is how we is. No, that's not how we is. Because I don't know no fat, skinny, medium-sized woman that would strip down ass naked in a church at a funeral and say that no, that doesn't happen. That's not real.
Yeah.
The whole falling out the casket and dragging out the casket. Yes, I've seen that.
Yes.
In real life. But no, ain't no no, she gets teased enough. That's enough. She ain't taking her clothes up. No. And what it looked like was poor. What it also looked like was, so you take the good preacher's girl and put her with the bad boy, and then, he treats her like shit forever, and then she finally gets the courage to somebody else, and then she acts tough for 5 minutes. And, like, I'm still trying to understand the whole purpose of this. Like, he was supposed to be so explosive and so dangerous, yet he got put to sleep like 4-5 times in the movie.
Yeah.
Like, he was so tough. But he went to sleep real fast.
Yeah, real.
Like, his brother and him he's like, yeah.
Boom, boom, go to sleep.
Go to sleep. I'll put him in the car so you can get him home. Then the boyfriend. The boyfriend is dead.
Boom, boom, go to sleep.
He just,
back to sleep again. God damn.
keep your ass in the car.
Yeah. So what do you feel happened to Black Hollywood to where it used to be an event to put out a black movie?
Tyler Perry happened to Black Hollywood, and he did it by using stupid, ignorant, so-called Christian to fund all of his very homosexual behavior. He ain't Richard Smallwood. He's a whole cross-dressing weirdo. Let's just be honest. It was Black American churches that made Tyler Perry rich. They went to all his plays. Like, Tyler Perry plays started in the churches. And he took all of that money and hustled that money and hustled that money and hustled that money into the television shows. And yet, how many churches does he donate to? Because the only one I've ever seen him donate to was T.D. Power Bottom's Jake Church. And they both attended the freak offs, as brethren. Amen. Push the baby out.
Okay.
That's what happened to Black Hollywood. They allowed the Wayans to become gatekeepers and move people like Robert Townsend out of the way. That's what happened to Black Hollywood. They let... Did anybody just see Roseanne on her podcast talking to Dave Chappelle's co-star from Half Baked?
I didn't get to see it, but
you should watch it.
I'm gonna watch that.
And how he said Dave got visited and he was there the day that they came and told him, and the next thing you know, he said he went to Africa and he ain't been the same since he came back.
Oh, I did see that, yeah. He said he was there the day that happened.
And I'm gonna tell you something right now. From the second that I saw Dave Chappelle on SNL doing shush shush to Kanye West, I wondered too.
Right.
Just like I still wonder about Kevin Hart.
Right.
And why I haven't seen my friend 40 since he's been in that accident. Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
Yeah, he said a different man came back, and he knew Dave well, very well. And a different man came back.
Yeah. And guess what? Kevin Hart never sat around getting drunk all the time. He's drunk all the time now.
Yeah. I mean, he does drink for his podcast.
No, he's drunk all the time. Wasted drunk from what I'm hearing. Wasted drunk. That was never his. And he's not that big a drinker for real.
Okay.
His brother drinks. 50 keep up. I mean, 40, yeah. 40 drink.
So, Jack,
he's starting to act a lot like his brother. And he's starting to act a lot like a fan. Gets all excited.
Hey.
Normal celebrities that he knows, he's so excited. He's just starting out.
Jack, let me ask you, because we're touching on a world here, but I want to get to in your world. We were speaking, and we could start with Tasha K. But there's a world, the troll farm.
Yeah.
That it's like a web of people that know each other.
Yeah.
And are you able to kind of break down like some of the characters involved in this troll farm? Because again, it seems like everyone's connected in some
Oh,
kind
it's
of way.
definitely a web.
Yeah.
It's an information web. It's a web of disinformation. Tasha K, she really, really, really pandered to YouTube for favor
Mm.
for a box like that.
Mm.
She did a lot for that box. And she has a talent for recruiting scumbags. She replenishes YouTube with at least 40 to 100 new disgusting CCs a year. And she choreographs all of them to do terrible thing after terrible thing after terrible thing. Her first big assistant, Chelsea, who was stealing hospital records out of her mother's computer from a hospital where Cardi B was treated by way of Star Marie, getting that information. You got the way Ashanique, Neek at Night, Tasha K, and a few of the winos and the other people silently went behind and around Lovely T's back to gaslight her and stalk her off of line so that Tasha could jump ahead of her. Don't forget, Lovely T and Tasha K were working on the Cardi B story at the same time. They were supposed to be breaking it. Tasha went behind her back, put it out first. T over. Finally, Lovely T has crossed 1 million subscribers, but this is a 5-year long treachery. Like Tasha K had a network of at least 2,500 people, subs, that were loyal to do whatever she wanted to do. And the reason why she was able to get them was because at the time she was Alicia Keys and Nicki Minaj's pet, doing hit pieces on all the people that they hated. So they didn't have to say anything. They could act great and they would just let Tasha annoy the competition to death, which is why Tasha went after Cardi B. But what's super, super interesting in all that is that when she lost the lawsuit, not Alicia Keys, not Cardi B, not Nicki Minaj offered her a dime to help pay that debt. All the trolling she did for them. YouTube left her high and dry, so she decided she was going to double down on her disinformation network. Now she has King Payne, she has Sean Davy Way, she's got who is that? The Sparkle transgender person, the Wisdom Shonda Quarter, you got the Auntie Hamey, you got AT2, you got Davin Lewis, you got, I mean, I could go, and now you got the new ones. You got Roxanne Mack Johnson, Craig Mack's widow, who's running around having sex and spreading a bunch of cash around, buying people laptops as long as they do disinformation on me. You got Pam, you got there's a lot more. And now, of course, we have the whole intersection with King World and the Beam Team. But then you got the Uncheckables, and you got the Crown family, and you got yeah. It's taken me and the Mod Squad effectively 1 year clean to map out all 150 bad actors that are working. And the funny thing about it is the reason why the numbers why they seem so intimidating with their come is because out of that 150, 50 of them have multiple accounts. And when I say multiple accounts, I mean 50 to 100 YouTube accounts.
That's a job.
So they get to go in.
Yeah, that's a just shit.
They get to go in as a different person every day, or get to be multiple people in multiple days. You have the multiple personality mods. You know what I mean? Right. The moderators who are this name on this channel and this name on that channel and this name, but got wrenches in all of these channels, and they're pretending to be different people in every one, different genders. And then the way they're using, other social media platforms like Discord and Coffee and all of this stuff. They're using this all to coordinate. We were, babe, how many times have you seen our spies, our little birds? Because we have people in all of their discords, we have people in all of this stuff. So, we can know what's going on and what they're talking about. But bro.
Oh,
And the funny thing is this is the same kind of technology that the CIA uses to go in and do disinformation when they're trying to destabilize a government, to overthrow it, to take it over.
oh,
They even call themselves coworkers, bro. It's funny. Like, why would you call yourself a coworker when you're breaking the law? What you are is a conspirator. But keep saying that coworker thing. Sounds good.
So, can I ask you? The last time you were here, there was, again, and this topic is delicate. So,
That my former head mod, who turns out was Atasha K. Wino all along, who's now over on TikTok selling her fake my experience as Jaguar Wright's friend and and talking all kinds of crazy. She's got 9,000 subscribers on TikTok. She so-called has a viral video. It has over 300 K views, and it's all lies.
wow.
On TikTok. Since she can't make any money, since they dried up all the content on YouTube, she had to go over there and because of her video of lies about me, now she gets to be a Temu person. She gonna be a Temu affiliate.
Wow. Oh, okay. Jeez. Yeah. It seems like
all because she used my name.
It seems like you create content creators.
Oh, I know.
Shit.
It's so funny. She talking about the Hunger Games. She lost. You can't lose something you invented. You motherfucking competing. I'm judging your performance. See? And now we have the whole Shanquilla Robinson thing because the Sammy's ex-girlfriend was online pretending to give a Shanquilla Robinson. And apparently she's collected over 10,000 names and IP addresses that she's using to create more false accounts so she can strike people with the people from the Shanquilla.
Oh, wow. Strategy.
Started a petition so that she can have her own endless pool of IP addresses so she can run around strike on YouTube in other people's names. And Shanquilla Robinson's father has absolutely no idea. He was just on the phone the other day with another troll who was live with another troll, and they were sitting there playing the whole thing. And now the Sammy ex-girlfriend is mad because that was her content, and she's saying that she's Shanquilla Robinson. What I will say to you is this, Mr. Robinson. From YouTube is playing in your face, and they're talking about how your family and you don't trust each other and how much money you have and how much money you're spending. And the reason why they're saying all of these things is because they want your money. They don't give out what her friends did to her because they do the same things in real life to the people that they know. To the father of Shanquilla Robinson, as someone who has been viciously and brutally just stalked by Danny Robertson. She's a stalker herself. And she's running around telling everyone she's your friend. It's so funny. Her whole channel was dedicated to getting justice for Shanquilla until she got a taste of me. And now all she does is talk about me. Sounds like she gave up her crusade real fast. Like all of this, even with this young woman, Ms. Wright from Ohio. We need to do some more research because what I'm not liking is the fact that money is bad. The country is going through all kinds of things. People are desperate and they're doing desperate things. These CCs are taking advantage of a lot of people who were desperate to begin with. It's not fair because these people, they're making fools out of themselves for a moment, but they're going to use that content forever.
Yeah, I believe she said she's on a reality show, The House of Pain.
Yeah, they with the pedophile, Michael Braggs.
Okay.
We'll say allegedly. Okay. Yeah, he's the one. He's the one that had the grandson who died from the fentanyl overdose in the hotel room. Right now, I'm about to start working. Yeah, well, Armand Wiggins recently called him out. He said, "You want to talk about me and the drugs, and then me doing drugs or whatever the case may be." He said, "But all the kids around you die." He said, "All of my friends are fine, happy, and healthy. All of your people die." He went on to say how he becomes instantly obsessed with men, and he has an obsession with trying to turn straight men gay. He's been spending a lot of time with Gerald lately.
Okay. Okay.
And guess what? You should see the trailer. It's a bunch of hollering, screaming, yelling about nothing with no synopsis, no real anything. And that girl, Miss Wright, I want my children back, but I gave them to CPS, is sitting here trying to do a commercial about that's being lightweight backed by Tasha K. I'm sorry, guys. I think they sent a plant here. I think her story's fake. I think we're all about to figure it out. And honestly, the kindest thing that we could do for her is blow her story up fast so that they can get done with her quickly. Because anytime they bring somebody in like her or like a Legina, they're only going to ride them as long as they're good for content. And the second that they're done for content, they're going to double down on it and they're going to make them content, but they're going to go double negative. And then they're going to use the content that they did to build them up and they're going to use it to tear them back down. It's a vicious process. They do it every time.
Oh, well, okay. So let me go to a serious note real quick because we just got to know kind of what happened. Your mother, again, there was a funeral.
I have not gotten a death certificate yet. Nobody has been contacted. Nobody has seen the body. I called, I spoke to the benefits people. I did what needs to be done. I asked them to lock up all the benefits and I wouldn't be ready to deal with anything until next year. The only reason the pension got shut off was because they was notified by Social Security that my mother was dead, and I'm the one that notified Social Security and told them that my mom was dead. Wow. But still nobody's received a death certificate from anywhere. Wow. It's been over 90 days. I think it's fair to say something's rotten in Denmark.
Oh man. So okay. All right. Well, I'll leave that right.
Is, whether it's heaven, hell, or somewhere in between, whether she's living or she's gone, honestly, nobody can expect to understand my reaction. And it's best that you don't. That's the beautiful thing when it comes to minding your business. Because, see, when you mind your business, you don't do stupid shit like put on fake funerals on Facebook and attach people's Cash App to it so there's a evidence trail of wire fraud a mile long with my sister Lachelle Angela Wright Wallace's name all over it, who more than likely had her boyfriend rape me because she wanted my childhood as hers. You and Tasha K would be good friends. And I can't wait till the both of you go to jail or hell or both at the same time.
So with that being said, we're gonna segue to cruelty-free artistry.
Yeah. Yeah.
So let me touch, if you can, for those who are wondering what mission you're on regarding cruelty-free artistry. Please, I want you to reiterate and how important it is to you and your mission and what you want to do regarding even your own music to come up.
If you find yourself sick or repulsed by the stories that I share with you, it should be easy to know and see that cruelty-free artistry is an initiative that we need to start right away. There's too much pain, unnecessary. There's too much abuse, unnecessary. There are too many lies, unnecessary. There are too many. I feel every time I encouraged a girl to just avoid this producer or just avoid after they told me what they did to him. I should have been, let's go to the police station, let's file a report. But the reason why I didn't was because I knew it was pointless. Want to know why? Because I was the girl that they used to send to the police station to drop off the money. So just in case the girl came by, they would just throw her police report in the trash. Cruelty-free artistry. Imagine having a talented child and never having to worry about them being assaulted or harassed in any way and still make it. Imagine going to the Grammys and knowing that your child actually has the best album and they're going to win it because they earned it and not because Jay-Z and Beyonce can't stand them. Like it's time to put down the archaic beliefs that you have to dominate something to run it well. I don't think you need domination to run something well. You can run an industry without domination. You can run it with partnership. You know, you can run it with real camaraderie. Even if you created a caste system, you can create respect within the caste. But that's not what happens in entertainment. That's not what happens in America. You know, I'll give the other countries of the world who deal with trafficking one, I'll give them the credit. At least they don't front. At least they don't fucking pretend. Yeah. She ain't come home from school, and guess what? Next week there'll be two more like her. They ain't gonna come home from school either.
Hey.
She's a pretty girl. Her mother should have scarred her face so she could have kept her. They do that in other countries. Scar their beautiful children. So nobody will want to take them.
That's it's
that
crazy.
happens everywhere else in the world, and guess what? It happens here too.
Wyoming?
Only difference is we lie about it. Because there's a predator in 1 out of every 4 homes in America. I was not lying. Yeah. The question is when that motherfucker gonna pop out on your kid. Oof. And if they're in the homes, that means they're in the studios, they're in the rehearsal halls, they're in the recording studios. You know, it don't take long to sexually assault somebody. The amount of time that it takes for a parent to go to the bathroom and come back after washing and drying their hands, your child could have been in that moment. Yeah. Wouldn't it be nice to say, hey, your kid should become an artist too. They'll be safe, they'll be happy, and they're going to get all of their accolades and they're going to get all of their respect. And there's no respect. We got to bring respect back to music, and we got to bring honor and decency back to art.
And thank you for being the spearhead of that movement and speaking it into existence, because it does need to exist.
Not alone. I got a great partner.
Yes. Shout out. That's what you need in life. You need it.
They want us destroyed. I think when they look at me and Odell together, they see the passion for what we believe in. Right. You know, the relationship shit, you know, we say it all the time, and we've said it a lot in the beginning, just like even if love weren't on the table, we would still be working in this capacity with each other because we love working with each other. You know, we're both very driven, very passionate. And even in his experiences from going from being an artist or aspiring to be an artist and putting out his first project and then getting more behind the scenes and all that he's doing, I couldn't imagine working without him now. You know, the love part, that was the extra thing. And we both come to realize that God put us on a path, put us on a mission. And there's something that we see that we need to get done and that we're going to bring other people along. And he said, you know what? You don't have to do this alone anymore. I got you. We're in it. Let's get in it. Oh. And I like the way when we're having those conversations, like when we were talking to that lovely gentleman from from Berlin, Germany. And he was like, "Oh wow, that's such a great pitch for cruelty-free artistry." And I was like, "Well, it wasn't a pitch. I was just speaking from the heart." And he said, "Hey, I got a list of VCs I want to send you. European VCs to get behind something as worthy as this, because it's necessary everywhere. There's cruelty everywhere."
Can I ask you about the cruelty in Philadelphia? I got to get your take on a man ejaculating on a woman's leg.
On a train?
No, it was in a store, and he
I mean,
took
that's
a
normal. That shit's been going on.
damn.
I'll never forget when one of my neighbors, I won't say her name because she's a survivor and it's long past that time. But when we were kids, the homeless man, he had what did they say? Grape. He graped her in a phone booth. I was assaulted in a phone booth as a kid. That's normal in Philly. Notice I say it on the train because around this time of the year, this is when the perverts come out and they
that
like
happens.
to jerk off. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Well, no, because all of the women is wearing shorts and skirts, so they get to you drop something and look down and look up your skirt and start whacking off on. Yeah.
Oh man.
That's been going on. Ain't nothing new.
Shit, okay.
That's Philly.
God bless Philly.
Listen to me. I wish he would, but I think he already moved on.
Oh man. Okay.
The Lord told me, go.
Okay.
And I went. I listened and I came down here to Dallas.
So with that being said, for your movement, what's happening next outside of Cruelty Free? What do you have next going on?
I don't want to have this part of the conversation by myself. I have a partner there.
He said you've been running the show. You've been running it.
What about the wall? What about the tombstone? Well, what am I supposed to say? I don't have the synopsis with me. Why don't you tell them?
Can you have? Is there a sneak peek? You could just kind of give us a.
Okay, so basically, the wall that we have over at realjag.com is going to be kind of like me taking my investigations of different things that I'm looking at and kind of creating it in a realm of a whodunit. Like, for instance, if I were to put Ray J in the middle, Stacey Dash, or timeline, Stacey Dash, Ray J, Clive Davis, how are they all connected?
I want to say Diddy, but I don't.
We're going to be going through all of those possibilities.
Oh, okay. I wasn't supposed to answer. Okay.
And when we started LA as a graveyard, then, it was like, okay, we can't just say that anymore, especially after I took them up to 35 for us to film about what happened in Mo there. It's hip hop.
Yeah.
And that's going to be moving on to Tombstone.
Okay.
And we'll be going through the unexpected, unusual deaths, unsolved murders, mysteries, things of that nature, things that I know, things that I'm directly connected to. We want to create this aspect because we want to start teasing people's minds into wanting to get these crimes solved, because the truth is, it seems like the hardest murder to solve in America is a rap murder. Yeah. They just don't seem to get solved.
Without question.
That's a problem.
Without question.
Because we got over 35, 40 years of hip-hop homicides.
Yes.
How many of them get solved?
They created a whole show. Yeah.
Unsolved hip-hop mystery. Are you fucking kidding me?
Hey. I have to ask you, you mentioned Clive Davis. They just showed him recently walking into somewhere, and they asked him about Diddy, and he said, who? Is that old age, or does he not? They're not in the same world, or they're in the same world, but they're not cohorts.
He's definitely been his ass.
Oh, okay.
I would call that the same world.
Okay. It's pretty intertwined.
And for him to say Diddy who is his way of saying, I'm not talking about Sean anymore. Maybe he's been playing cozy with the other Sean. Maybe he just got him another Sean.
Okay.
JayZ's awful quiet. They
Super
want to give
quiet.
they want to give 300 million to Philadelphia to help them with an educational um uh effort that I already know is going to get raped by the state. It's not going to go to the school. It's not going to help anyone.
Corruption in government.
So you think, oh, there's nothing but corruption in government in Philadelphia. Part of the reason why Philly worked so hard to vote against Trump was because they let him in and didn't think that his the whole goddamn city up. Trump can't stay down there. The way I started was trying to while we was living in there, and then I found out it was the Kushner boy and his father, and then the Trump real estate, Tower Realty, and all of that. Yeah, they wanted to, they wanted to keep security deposits, all of that. So me being the city girl that I am, I called the health department. And I asked 3 of my neighbors that lived on the same block as me to let them come in when they came to visit me. They collected all of the offenses from the property. Guess what? Turns out the property wasn't even properly registered. We weren't even able to actually turn on our electricity and our water with the company because there was no, it technically, it wasn't supposed to be there. Ain't that wild? Trump. That's what they did in Philly. So I ended up calling in, and then the health department came in, and then they gave them 30 days, and come to find out this wasn't wrong, and this was wrong, and that was wrong. And they had to give me all my money back, all $15K. And I stopped paying rent from the day I called the health department. They thought they was gonna cost me $100,000 in legal fees, and all I had to do was make a phone call and open up the fact that all of their permits. They faked them all. That was Trump Realty. Hell yeah, Philly gave. All that so-called redevelopment, all that the smoke and mirror infrastructure deals, and I mean, for crying, this is the same guy who went down to New Orleans right after Katrina, came back to Philly and started selling land futures on land that was still owned by families who had been there up to 9 generations. And he was already selling futures because the whole idea was he was supposed to go down there, Trump was supposed to go down there, and they were supposed to build, after they cleared out all the black folks from the 9th Ward, they was going to build Hotel Casino right there. Because, this beautiful land, 9th Ward, nothing but water, gorgeous. It's wild. They did all of that shit. Then the governor started tipping his hand and shit. And the next thing you know, they blamed it all on a black man, Ray Nagin, who helped them. Honestly, it was Ray Nagin's bid that really got Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt to come down there and do as much as they did. And guess what? They sent him to jail.
For a single black woman out here, right?
Yeah.
Who is she supposed to call for help?
As far as help?
Yes, help.
The Lord. Because ain't nobody else equipped. Real rap. That's part of the reason why I love my mods and I love the kind of outreach that we're doing with our WCW group. Because we got to learn how to take care of each other. We got to learn how to help each other. We got to stop depending on the government that don't stop worrying about reparations, all of that stuff. It's never going to happen. We got to take care of us. And what I will say is, for young single black mothers, look up a company called Urgent Inc. Or Rites of Passage. They're all aligned. These are people that are committed to helping. And I wish I could say there's more, but there really isn't. You could reach out to me or you could reach out to whoever you can, but on the days when I can't reach anybody, I just pray. I reach out to God.
And Jack, can I have you you talk to a lot of, you talk a lot about the people that's trolling you and things of that nature, but there are a lot of fans of you out there. Can you speak to them for a second? Because they hear you, they support you.
I read the comments now, thanks to you guys. I never read the comments.
They got love for you.
I hate the word fan because it derives from the word fanatic. I always would say friends or supporters because people who support you live your dreams. They're important. And, you know, these are our financiers. These are the people that back us. They're more of a friend than some of your friends are because they believe in you even when your friends don't. So I guess I'll say to the people who listen to me, thank you for listening. And for those of you who I see in the street, thank you for encouraging me to not stop speaking. And for those of you who I have never met or will meet in the future, it's all for y'all. I don't put my life on the line because I'm trying to prove a point. I do it because I'm trying to save a life. I'm tired of seeing people make excuses for not speaking up when it's time to speak up. And for those of you who are here because of the work that I've done with this platform and on this platform, know that we all did it for Dallas.
Man, that's real.
We did it for Dallas.
Man, that's real. And lastly, I have to ask Jag, have you already had or can you see yourself having a come to Jesus moment to where you look back at everything and say, wow?
I think I have those moments a little bit every day.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah, I'm different.
Yeah.
I see things and I experience things differently. I have the ability to see things from a perspective that is not common or easy. And I only do what God tells me to do. So I guess I really do have a coming to Jesus moment every day because everything that I do is fueled by the source of all. And like, it's wild. Like, we even talked in the beginning of our relationship. If it comes down to you or God's work, I choose God's work. And he said, I feel the exact same way because that's exactly how I am. And it's really amazing when you can feel supported and secure in your choice for your purpose.
That's real.
And then to have someone you can share that with.
Even realer.
Yeah. And it's the love thing is a bonus.
Yeah.
It's a bonus. But I know that God doesn't want me to stop because he sent him.
There you go.
And now with the two of us together, we're going to be able to get so much more done than I would not have been able to do on my own or vice versa. And I think that terrifies people because I don't even know if we've stepped into our full awareness yet.
Oh, it's coming.
Yeah, that's going to be frightening for a
Oh.
lot of people.
So,
but, cruelty-free artistry.org.
Yeah, so I'm going to ask
realjag.com. That's it.
Okay, yeah, I was going to ask.
Show up because we're there. And we got Unplugged back.
Oh, yeah, see, I know y'all were fighting for it. And now the music
They're remastering it.
Oh, man. So the music is...
They're remastering it.
They love to hear you sing.
4K experience we should be able to definitely give.
Oh, hopefully so. Oh, man, that's amazing. Oh, man, that's just amazing.
From a almost 23-year-old footage. It's so funny, like when we were looking at it, just putting it through all of the new tech, the pixelation was it just like crazy. It's like, oh shit, we shot this on an 8-track, dog.
Real.
But to see what the guys are doing at the office and to be able to come while I'm sitting in my office, you know, and I got my screen in the background and me seeing JayZ Unplugged happening in it. And I'm just sitting there looking, remembering that day, remembering that moment. And we get to bring it back to them.
Wow.
And, you know, like I said, remastered, digital, much better digital quality, sound improved, the whole 9 yards. And I'm glad we're doing this because the world deserves to have that concert. They deserve it.
Correct.
But the biggest problem that I have is the person that concert did the most for is the person who's worked the hardest to slump it.
That's crazy.
That concert makes what he is now relevant. Without that concert, it all looks a little weird and shady. But then again, that concert didn't happen because of just him. It's a bunch of amazing artists musicians from Philadelphia. And there was this little girl that they called Jaguar. And I don't know anybody who's watched that said that they can't even imagine that show without me. So when people tell me, JayZ ain't worried about you, yeah, he is. Because he should be worried about that fucking part of his legacy that made him. And he doesn't honor it at all. He wants to give $300 million to Philadelphia schools, but why aren't you doing anything for Marcy projects? Why aren't you doing this in Brooklyn? Brooklyn needs the help. Why are you in Philadelphia? Because you bought Philadelphia cheap? Because the Roots gave you unfettered access to hip hop in Philadelphia so that they could Tonight Show ban for a weirdo who likes strange tranny hard ass titties. And yes, I'm talking about you, Jimmy fuck ass. Fuck you and your hip hop 101. Fuck you and all of that shit that goes on over there. Why don't you call Will Smith and bring him back so the two of you can do hip hop 101 together, and maybe you can get Jaden and Justin Bieber to come in and enact the both of you fuck.
He recreated Fresh Prince.
Jimmy. Just like Jimmy.
Oh, shoot.
Hard.
Oh, not hard.
With a lot of cocaine.
Party.
Fuck you. Sue me, Jimmy.
Oh. Okay. With that being said,
I'm so sick of the Roots. I'm just sick of that ass.
Yo, man.
They actually tried to send somebody back into my life earlier this year, and I embraced him because I knew I needed to. And then I realized when it wasn't going the way he wanted it to go, and I love Tariq Trotter. I'll make sure the threats that you said came from Meek Mills will be real next time, but they won't be coming from him because I know who you owe money to. Don't make me call him and tell him where you are.
Oh, man.
And anybody who does any of those Roots bitches before I finish them off, you will go down with them. I declare on today that the Roots crew is over. That your lifetime contract, that it fucking choke you.
Ooh.
You didn't sign something for your future. You signed your way into hell. You belong there. You should be comfortable. Fun. You can do that in hell too. Or all the young men who you bought grown prostitutes for under the age of 15. You could do more of that in hell too. And the next time y'all want to get that Scott to say anything about me, y'all would do better to just stick your mouth and tell her to shut. Because so help me God, if I get a phone call from another one of you weird talking about, why are you ruining Jill? I didn't open her mouth. She ruins herself.
Okay. We're
I
gonna.
swear to God, the next time I come through the streets of Philadelphia, I'm gonna make just like you did the last time I came to Philadelphia.
Ooh. We're gonna let the audience pick and choose the alleged parts.
Yeah,
'cause
all alleged, all alleged.
We don't know.
Allegedly, I like that. Like.
So with that being said, realjag.com.
Realjag.com.
Crueltyfreeartistry.com.
And look both ways before you cross.
And I want to say it for you if you don't have to say it. I want to make sure the supporters can support because they keep asking us, how do we support? What's their Cash App? Things of that nature. You say it out there, but if you don't mind.
Cruelty Free Artistry at Gmail. I'm sorry, Cruelty Free Artistry 1 at gmail.com is our email. $ Cruelty Free Artistry is the Cash App. Of course, there's always Jag's bread, and it is my bread. But I tell you one thing, I'm just grateful that I've lived to a time where telling the truth is looking sexy again.
Oh, yeah.
Because what I do know.
Oh, man. Talk to them. They not like us.
You know, I sat in this room and we did this reaction. Yeah. And it's like, it's the tragedy that keeps on giving.
It is.
Drake won't stop. He won't stop.
It is. And now his house flooded. You know, it's like the plague of, you know, this crickets is gonna be.
What the fuck are you picking on Schoolboy Q for? Schoolboy do to him.
Tell me something, man. Come on.
They not like us.
They not like us, man.
They not like
hey,
us.
we gonna end it with that, man. Jaguar Wright, they is not like you, and they is not like us.
Not at all.
And you are a real life street star. Salute that.
See y'all soon. I'll be around.
Real life. If that shit ain't real life,